Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I will be showing you guys the step-by-step process I took to come up with this beautiful look on my girl, so stay tuned. So first I start off by using my oxy pads, and I just like to make sure my client's skin is clean and make sure no oils or products are on their skin. So I'm starting with the brows first, and I'm using my NYX or NYX, whatever you guys like to call it. I'm using that pencil in the color black, and I did apply some duo lash glue on my hand, which I'm dipping it in the spoolie and I'm pushing the hairs in the front upwards, and then I'm just laying the other hairs to the side. I love using duo lash glue for my clients' brows. It just lays them down so good, and it just makes the brows stand out more. If you do not use this product, you will be able to see the difference, so make sure y'all go ahead and use that technique. I got that technique from my girl Lachey Glams on YouTube. I love her channel. So when I'm doing the brows, I like to start at the beginning, at the bottom of the brow, and I like to just use light strokes and follow the arch that my client have. And I do, like, you know, natural thick brows. I'm not really a thin brow girl, and at the beginning what I will do is just use light strokes going upwards as well. So as well, just keep in mind that the brows do not have to be perfect when you're filling it in, because you are going to go back and clean them up. So let's go ahead and clean the brows up by using my Tarte Shape Concealer in the color Tan Sand. And I'm using a paintbrush that I ordered off Amazon, and I will have my Amazon storefront in my description box, just in case you guys would like to go ahead and purchase it. So what I'm doing now is just starting at the beginning of that brow. I love this brush because it's just so flat and it's so straight, and I feel like it just gets the job done. So as you guys see, I am just lining that up. I'm going slowly, so make sure you guys are taking your time when you are doing the brows. When applying the concealer, also you want to make sure that you are lifting that brow up. I feel like when you lift it up, it just helps you structure the face and get that perfect line that you want to receive. Now I'm going in with my Real Technique brush to go ahead and buff out that concealer and make sure it's nice and flat. Set the brows using our Espin translucent powder. So I use it to just go ahead and cover over the entire lid, and I also get it on the brows as well, just so everything can stay in place and it can be more pigmented when I do apply my eyeshadow. And I know you guys also saw me put more concealer on the eyelid. You just want to make sure the entire eyelid is filled. As you guys see, I did have to go back with my pencil and just line her brows back up. So I do want you guys to understand nothing has to be perfect. Even if you mess up, it's nothing to just go back and fix it. I'm going in for the eyeshadow now. I'm using my Morphe brush, and you guys, I do not know the number. As you guys see, that the paint has came off of it, so it just looks real crazy right now. But the palette I'm using is the new Persuasion palette by Beauty by Melissa palette, and the name that I am using is Mahogany. And I love this eyeshadow right here. I can use this on any skin tone that I have. And I just love the way that orange just looks, and it just gives natural, it gives any season, and it is just flawless. I do like to leave the concealer showing at the top of my brow, and all I do is go in a circular motion back and forth like a C until I feel like the color is popping enough. Now I'm using my Wet n Wild brush, and I'm going back into the same palette using the color Cafe, and I'm just going to apply it to the bottom lid. I don't like to cross it with that color at the top, which is like a little burnt orange. I really like to just put it at the crease of the eye and go around in a circular motion just on top of that. apply as much eyeshadow as necessary depending on how dark you would like that color to pop. And what you want to do is go back into it with that burnt orange color, and you want to just fill it back out to give it that halo effect. Using that same Tarte concealer that I used to fill out her brows, I'm going to go back into it and apply it to the lid, so that way this color that I'm going to put on top of it is going to pop. So you just want to make sure that it is smooth and no lumps is in it, and you want to go ahead and spread it out. It do not have to be neat, but just try your best to make sure that it's even. So we're going to go into the same palette using the same brush as well, and this color is Butter Pecan, and it is so cute. It's so neutral and soft, and you can do this with any skin tone. I promise you 100% guarantee this is the perfect face that you will want to do for your client. I'm going to apply this only in the area where I placed that concealer at. I went back in using the burnt orange color that we used earlier, which is Mahogany, and I just buffed out the sides on each side. Oh y'all, I just got put onto this e.l.f. liner, and when I tell you guys, I have fell in love with it. I love how dark it is. I love the matte effect that it gives, and I also love that it's pretty easy to apply on the eyelid. That paintbrush that I had earlier that I was concealing her eyes with, it came in a set of like 12. So I'm using another brush to do the top part of her brow. I'm using Tan Sand Tarte concealer that I use for her undertone as well. I know a lot of people don't like to do that because it gives a halo brow, but I love the way that I blend it all in, and it just gives a flawless look for me. So I'm going to start at the top, and I work my way going all the way around, and I just like to make sure the brow is not too thin. If you feel like my brows are too thick, then you I love the way this e.l.f. primer sticks to the face. I'm going to apply it to my client so that way the foundation can stick. So I'm using two different foundations today. The first one is going to be NARS, and it is Maria. And then the second one is a Tarte Shape concealer, and basically the color is foundation, and the color is Tan Sand. This is my first time using it, you guys, and I promise I will never order it again. It was so watery when I got it, and I honestly hated it. So I mostly just used the NARS because once I went to Ulta earlier that day, they did not have it. So I had to, use what I have. Sometimes you have to finesse it. Sometimes you have to work with what you got. With my Real Technique Brush 200, I'm going to apply it to the skin. You want to make sure that you are pushing that foundation into the client's skin. You also want to make sure that you are applying it to the neck as well. With that Tarte Concealer Tan Sand, we're going to go ahead and start to apply it to the face. So you only want to apply it in certain areas. You only want to do this under the eye on both sides. You want to do it in the middle of her forehead. You want to draw a line down her nose, and then under her chin you also want to apply it. And now we are concealing the face. I'm using Black Opal in the color Nutmeg, and I'm using this to go ahead and give structure to the face. So you want to apply on both sides of your cheek, You want to apply it on both sides of the nose, on top of the forehead, and I also do the jawline as well. Let's set the face with the Urban Decay Setting Spray All Nighter, and then we're going to also fan that concealer so that way it could just dry a little bit quicker. You want to at least let your concealer dry for a few seconds to get that full coverage look. So to apply the concealer, I'm using my Real Technique brush in the color 402. So the face is not light enough for me, so with a Tarte shade concealer, I'm going to go in with light medium sand and apply it under both sides of her eye, the middle of her forehead, the middle of her forehead, and also at the bottom of her chin. I'm using a damp beauty blender to go ahead and buff out this concealer. You do not want to go in with a dry beauty blender. That will take all the makeup off your face. Using my Real Technique brush 402, you want to go ahead and give structure to the face. So you're only going to apply this to where you put your contour at. The same black opal, I'm using that and I'm just going back into it. I just want to make sure that it's dark enough so that way that nose can be pointy. And I'm also going to blend it in with the eyeshadow, and also I like to blend it in with the eyebrows as well. Let's go ahead and set the face using Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. And I'm just going to apply it under the eyes. And also I'm using this new, I don't know what to call it, this little brush or setting powder hand thingy. I don't know what to call it. I ordered off Amazon. It's on my storefront as well, you guys. I just feel like it makes the face so smooth, so soft. I just love the outcome of it. So make sure you guys check that out as well. Now I'm going to use Fenty Beauty Honey to go ahead and give the bottom of her face some structure. I love this. It just gives it a flawless effect as well. So I feel like these are my go-to setting powders. I never used any other powder. So if you guys have something you'll like me to try, go ahead and let me know what you think. So I'm using my Smudge liner. I love this liner. It do not get messy and it's just so easy to apply. I'm going back into it using that eyeshadow palette, the color Cafe, and I'm just applying that under the eyelids. So right under that eyeliner that I placed, I'm just going ahead and putting a line under that. So I use Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade Protector, and I use this to line up my lips. I love it so much. It stays on all day and it just gives a nice fresh look. It's not too messy. You'll see. And to get your client's lips looking plump and juicy, you want to go over the lip line just a little bit. So just go on top of that lip line just to get that fullness look. So for the lipstick, we're going to go in with the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Cairo. I love this shade. It's just so soft and it's just like, look at them lips. Pop, pop, pop. And then what I'm going to do is go into those lips and just pat them down with the brush. we're gonna go ahead and spray it with that Super Stay All Nighter spray by Urban Decay. Go ahead and hit it with that Fenty Beauty blush palette, which it is so cute, y'all, but I just feel like it doesn't stay on long enough, so I did go in with my Sephora palette and I did apply just more blush to make sure that it popped. Off camera, I did also apply some black liner to her bottom of her lashes. For the blush and also for my highlights, I'm using the Sephora palette Micro Smooth Enchant, and it is 4 colors all on one palette. I love them all, and I feel like it just gives a brightness and it gives that glow for the makeup that you need. This is like the finishing touch that you do need. So with that same highlight that I used for her cheekbones, I'm gonna go into her nose. So I'm also gonna apply it down her nose and on the tip of her nose as well. So the All Night Ultra Matte, that is what I have been using to set my faces. And I honestly say I love it so much. Just look at her face. It's flawless. It's shining. It's natural. Please comment below. Tell me if you guys like this video. What looks do you guys want to see in the future? I hope you enjoy. Bye.